Hello, Americans. Another friends, subscribers around the world. Back here, man.
Back here.
So, we actually had, I think it was Sandy, did I say it was Sandy?
Yep.
That had asked if we'd do a video on how we store our dry goods and stuff. She's been having, or has had problems in the past with moths and different stuff like that. The way we do it is, you know, you might not like how we do it. You know, you may do it different.
Well, and everybody's climate requires a different.
Completely. I mean, we get moths and stuff up here, but nothing.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like.
Some parts of the country.
Yeah, some parts of the country. The, I mean, that goes as far as, all the critters eat your.
Weevils?
No, they eat your buildings and stuff.
Termites.
Termites. I couldn't think of it. Still there, let me copy.
Yeah, more coffee. Drink it up.
But, you know, and there's termites and stuff in Idaho too, but not, you know, like I said, the other kind of the country.
Right.
Climate's changing. Who knows what we have coming nowadays, man. But, so we thought we'd show, well, first I want to talk about, man, you know, I started this video off with a little bit of, the fuel prices, because we filmed when we went down to top off our, we had an empty 5-gallon can. Like I said, I try to rotate them and everything like that, and keeping fuel on hand. And that, what was it, over $4.50 a gallon for that's ethanol free. The premium at that station's ethanol free.
We use a lot of ethanol and no ethanol in our older vehicles. Yeah,
our older vehicles. Man, my the old General and the Green Bean and stuff like that, they won't even run on. You know, that's moonshine, dude. And basically, it's moonshine with a little fuel mixed in. Anyway, so we're gonna go over this. These
are some of our prized possessions.
Yes, and we've had these for probably 10 years.
And these are food grade 55-gallon metal barrels, and they came with raspberry donut filling.
Yeah, we actually got these free, you know, years ago. I don't know what they're selling them for. We have the rings that go on them too. Were you going on about that?
I was just going to say, I don't really have a kitchen right now, so this one here has...
these two have kitchen storage.
This
has dry goods. I'm not even going to open these. These are, you know, punched down, sealed. These have dry storage. You know, we got like oatmeal and rice and stuff.
Pasta.
And them sitting out here next to this. This thing's actually going away. But
yeah, these keep getting moved every time we are working on a different space on the property.
And yeah, and we're going to have these... Well, I was going to get into, because one of Miss Kitty's dreams is to have a cellar. Well, when you live on a creek bottom...
Yeah, the water table is about that far down.
You can't really have, you know, you can't dig a cellar. I'd dig down to water. But our plan, you know, I mean, dude, there's so many things going on around here and so much building and getting, you know, just living that semi-off-grid lifestyle. But our plan, and the tractor, you know, man, I got to get me tractors. We want to do probably a cinder block building, you know, cinder block and lodge poles, and then, you know, put dirt in it.
Yes.
And that's our plan is to build a
cellar.
Our plan is to build a cellar. And then
before you do,
but one other thing I wanted to touch on was Miss Kitty, when I told her we were going to do this video and show her her dry storage, she's all, you don't show that kind of stuff.
No.
You know, I mean, in these crazy times, and who knows where, you know, whether it be like I said, as far as I'm concerned, the shit has already hit the fan, and it's just a glob there. You know, I don't see, you know, end of days or, you know, I see, you know, dude, the fuel, man, the way the fuel's going up and the way that the government is throwing money out, and, you know, I mean, and it's giving all this money to these kids, you know, so they don't work. I mean, they're just
fueling the fire.
Fueling the fire, man. You know, trying to get them sheep. Well, they want to get rid of all of us self-reliant folks. But I don't even know where it's going. Oh, the thing that Miss Kitty was saying, I don't want to show all that. And I was all, it's all right, baby, because
I'm not gonna show all my cars.
Yeah, you never show all your cars. No. That's why I don't show guns and ammo and all that. You know, I don't get into all that stuff. I have plenty, but you know, I'm not gonna show what I do with them, where they're at, anything like that. But something as far as our food supply, any crazy loons, you know, they got to pass the dogs, and then thought they were gonna rob us. let it be known that I'm only sleeping feet away from all my food supply. And yes, I do sleep with a gun.
And our dogs are very good alarms.
Yes, they are. Yeah, if they don't eat you.
Yes. Okay, so open one up.
Yep.
Okay, so they have a nice little... So when you open it, you can just open
That's
it.
without the ring.
Yeah, that's without the ring. And like you said, dry goods in here, nothing that is perishable. But if you... Can you see inside
I can
there?
actually show it.
And it's, of course, it's just kitchen stuff, storage. So.
Right, this one is.
Mm-hmm.
See the lining? It's got this whole lining in here.
It's got the lining in here.
You know, which we don't put, we could have, and probably could still clean them as far as like dumping, say, oatmeal. Filling one with oatmeal. Because we have 50-pound bag of oatmeal, and we got 50-pound bags of rice and stuff like that that are in them, but they're still in their original.
Dehydrated goods that are stilled up in their own.
Still in their original bags.
So there's that. You want to go show the other?
Yeah, we'll show.
Okay, we'll go show the other.
Tell you a story about your.
Okay, so this is another one of my prized possessions, and you see this deep freeze here and this deep freeze here. This deep freeze here is plugged in and used as a deep freeze. This deep freeze came to us. A family gentleman was moving, and he couldn't take it with him, and it was full of meat. So
it was actually on video. We hauled all that.
Yeah,
all that meat in.
Yeah, so you got a cotton stuck to your beard. So we hauled the meat in the freezer home. The freezer worked great. The meat was delicious, and then the freezer went out. It was already in our little cubby, so we just don't mind my cobwebs. They're everywhere.
This is getting changed.
It was already in here, so we decided to make the best use of it that we could. I'm not gonna open it because I don't show all my cards.
You're not gonna open it?
You're going to open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in here is just perishables, other kinds of perishables. I do have some pastas in there.
You go ahead and...
Canned goods. Like that. We keep down here in the corner, I have an empty coffee can full of charcoal. Just charcoal that you use on your barbecue. That helps keep the moisture wicked away and the funk smell gone. So in the wintertime, this I can keep produce in. I can keep potatoes and apples and carrots.
The way that it keeps apples is amazing.
In the summertime, usually I have a thermometer in here, but in the summertime I don't really need it. In the summertime it stays probably about 50 degrees. In the winter it stays about 40. In the 40 degrees we just use a chicken light that has the nice aluminum shield over it with like a 40-watt bulb in it. The cord will run back through here, and then it'll just keep that from freezing in the wintertime. Amazing way to store your goods.
Yep. And then a funny thing, it wasn't working.
Yeah, and it was in the...
And we were using the light because it still had a light.
Right, it still had a light in it, and it was in the summertime. So I thought, just leave it plugged in, and... I came out here one day and it started working again.
Yeah, everything was frozen. We actually lost a few things.
Yeah.
I'll just show the kind of things that
I had in here. I got canned goods, dehydrated goods, and I don't really need to keep my extra zippers in here. Some cereal.
Yeah, these will all come out when if we get more. These are, it's funny. This is one of the things she always. We actually have a milk crate full because when you order off a Walmart.
Right. You get after $35 you get free shipping. So if I'm at $32, I just throw on a Ziploc bag.
She's got to find something else because we have more sandwich bags and freezer bags than ever.
I can start pulling stuff out to show you what's in here.
And then there's some of this Gregor's and this.
Yeah.
But pull that back. Pull the basket.
Pull the basket.
Or you just not really want to.
Well,
she doesn't like showing it. And this is her pride.
Yeah, it is. Very happy. So got some mac and cheese, some condiments down in there. I've got all kinds of stuff.
Yes, it's just stockpiling stuff, but like I said, man, it's more self-reliance, man, and just keeping that.
Well, yeah.
Keeping a supply, and we, and not as that. You look at. Man, so many people got their pantries, which is awesome too. We'd love to have it. And eventually we'll have the pantry, and eventually we'll have some kind of cellar, that'll work. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do because we want a cellar and a smokehouse too. Little buildings. It's all due time, man, due time. But it's, man, for Sandy, if you can get your, I mean, and I'll tell you what, if a chest freezer goes out, and these old ones are the best because they're more insulated.
Yeah,
they're great. This is my freezer, which I guess we can show it too. My freezer is actually a 6-foot freezer. That's so I can put bodies in here if I need to. But you know, obviously a freezer is great for day-to-day stuff, you know, and yes, the grid. I mean, we can have a solar flare, and you know the power and stuff can go out like that. And then as far as our freezer, we're SOL. You know, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff we'd be drying and smoking and curing and all that stuff. But and like I said, this is just feet from my bed. You know, just to my grandma and grandpa. When I was a kid, my grandma and grandpa when I was a kid, you know, and we're not just talking about, I mean, there was nothing. I mean, me and grandpa got up to go deer hunting, and it was about 5:30 in the morning, you know, it was dark, and I remember me and grandpa going out, and I mean, I'm like, I don't know, 14, 13 years old, and me and grandpa had spent the night at their house and was going out to go hunting, and we go out, and Grandpa looks over, and you know his house sits here, and then we call it the warehouse, but he has a shop, a cinder block shop that sits out here, you know, and it had their freezer and stuff in it, and he's all, that light's out, you know, and he had one of those big, you know, lights that come on. He's all, that light's out. That's strange. So before we took off to go hunt, he's all, we better go check that out, see what's going on, you know, blew a breaker or something. And as we walk out there, and we'd heard rustling and stuff, you know, as we were headed out there, and we come around the deal, and Grandpa's looking at the light, and he's all, that light sensor is sitting on the roof. Dude, somebody had climbed up there and took the light sensor for one of those big fluorescent lights and set it on the roof. So then we walk up to the door, and on his shop door, he had one of the old, you know, because he reused tube, it had an old with those 3 windows, you know, down in the thing, and they punched out that window, or they took that light off, punched out that window, got in there and cleaned out the freezer. The whole freezer, man, all the, you know, game and just, you know, their supplies. Well, so man, we start getting our stuff together, and behind my grandma and grandpa, you know, it was a different road where they lived right on the corner. Behind them was my great grandma, my grandma Bertha. And we didn't know till we got back from, you know, because we were on our way to go hunting, man. That's serious stuff. Yeah. And when we got back from our hunting trip, my grandpa might have called to check in or whatever. Dude, they'd went over on my grandma's back porch, and hers was right out her door. You know what I mean? She's sleeping, you know, not too many feet away from that. And they cleaned out her freezer too. And then, after we got back from hunting and stuff, dude, people had these guys went through that whole neighborhood and went into people's houses and everything, and all they did was took food and meat, you know, and supplies and stuff. So, I mean, you know, you get in troubled times, especially down in the flatlands and stuff like that, you're going to see a lot of that stuff. Anyway, that was a little story I had to share. Yeah.
So what I was going to say is our grandparents taught us at a young age to keep stuff.
Yeah, especially when they're Mormon grandparents.
Yeah, so, you know, people say, are you preppers? No, this is just how we were raised.
It's so basic, you know, the thing that we always say, and we talk about it, you know, and actually I think one of our first things back when we were doing our videos was not so much the shit hits the fan, end of times, self-reliance, man. Learn, you know, the problem with the generation coming up today, they don't know how to take care of themselves.
They live hour by hour, day by day, and that's it. Yep. And we were raised to think ahead.
Yes, and take care, you know, and take care of yourselves.
Know what you need.
Right, and you know, I don't go into too much, you know, where I touched it over there is, I'll tell you what, man, me and Kitty are watching, you know, and they're giving all these kids, you know, all this money and doing this and all these, I don't even know what the hell they call them. I just often use, what do they call the child care thing?
The Child Care Act.
Is that what it's called?
I think.
Anyway, man, all I know is, man, on their taxes, the amounts of money. I was telling the kids the other day, we were sitting around, and I'm like, dude, if we got the kind of money
that you guys get now,
you kids get, now,
even before the COVID and all of the
right? Oh yeah, yeah,
you know,
thousands. Man, they get thousands of dollars back for I don't know, man, just for having kids. Yeah, no wonder people are popping kids out. But I told them, and something that really hit home with them is I was like, dude, if we'd have got, we never got that kind of money. I think the most we ever got back on our taxes when we had kids was like $700 or $800, maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, and they get thousands.
Well, there was a year that Bush gave a thing, and then we gave.
So yeah, it's just like wow. But dude, I told the kids, and this was a good point, man, is if they were, if we got the kind of money that they got, dude, they would have had a different life or different childhood at the thing then. I mean, but it's not good. I'm glad that we didn't.
They would have had a better life. They would have had a different life.
Dude, they had a good life. We lived in a freaking motorhome, traveling around.
And they can take care of themselves.
That's right. They all know how to survive and take care of themselves. Yeah. What I was saying, and not that us getting that money, it just blows my mind they get that kind of money. Not saying that I wouldn't give up the way we raise our kids. I mean, they're all, you know, man, all of them got jobs and everything. Everybody's working, everybody's good. But if shit does happen, they also are survivors and know how to survive. Yeah. And if you go to their houses, they all have pantries and stockpiles and, you know, everything, trading material. All right, so anyway.
Okay. So deep freeze, you want to show the deep freeze?
I don't know. Do you want
I don't know. I haven't opened it up lately.
Actually, it's pretty empty.
Oh, yeah.
Right
I've
over
got and I've got Hubbard squash, hot dogs.
Got bags of ice, bags of food. It's actually down quite a bit.
Yeah, the meat's kind of over in this space, but yeah, we need to go meat shopping.
So, I mean, we got... Yeah. And as you see, other than fish, we got fish and, man, gotta have little chicken strips for the kids in there.
We got some...
Lots of chicken. But as far as I know we got fish and we got...
a little bit of game in here too. We got a pheasant, not pheasant, but
grouse. But not... Normally, man, this thing, you know, would have deer and elk and...
Freezer jam.
All that, but
gotta have some freezer jam.
Anyway, so, man, that's actually... don't ever show that again. That was embarrassing. It's empty. It's also a 6-footer.
Just to let you guys know, these blocks here hold the seal down.
Yeah, just the seal.
Yeah.
If not, it starts
frosting up real quick. I don't know if you can
see the crap.
Might be able to. Just put a little bit of weight on it.
Yeah, we put those there just to, because if we don't, there is somewhere along we actually just need to order some new seal for it. But it sucks in, and then it, you know, and if you have a deep freeze and you don't know nothing about it, you're like, man, why does this thing keep icing up? It's because your seal's not sealing. And air's getting in there and creating it, man. That thing just
condensation, and there you go.
Yeah, because I've been
within hours, you're gonna have like that little glob you saw right there.
You know, we got this undercover, you know, open air right now. I took this wall out, which you can't see it, but this is all gonna change too. This will all be completely enclosed.
If you have your deep freezes outside, you want them undercover.
Oh yeah, or to burn them babies up. But that's just a little bit. I mean, you know, maybe later on when we're prepping some stuff. We didn't even show. And then, like, in the cabin, we have, I don't know how many jaws of jaws. I don't know how many jars of hawthorn. That's tincture. That's that's not curing, but macerating. I'm always scared to say that word.
Do I say this correctly?
And then we have jars of usnea. And I touched on the usnea thing in the last video. You know, and I did that little list, man. I had so many people wanting to add things, you know, and I mean, that list was just me jotting down a few of the, totally. I mean, because there's so much, you know, and obviously, you know, depending on what the situation is.
And your needs, if you're diabetic, you need to make sure.
Yeah, man, if you're diabetic, woman things, you know,
sanitary napkins.
Sanitary napkins, all that, which is all good trading material stuff too. You know, you always got to think about that. But I touched on, I said the usnea, and then when I was editing, I noticed I didn't say that it is a, I just forgot it again, dude.
That's one of the things that we keep, drinking alcohol on hand for is
right,
for
we don't even drink.
to extract medicine from plant material.
Yeah, but it is a
antibiotic.
Antibiotic, dude. I freaking dude, I lost
because a viewer said, "Hey, you
you said antibiotics in your on that list,"
Mm-hmm.
and I touched on it, didn't say antibiotic, and then just completely
lost it again.
My mind's going. I'm getting ready to go over there and get to work and do some insulating, but. Man, you watch back on our videos, man. There's hundreds of videos out there of using, on how to make a tincture with the usnea and everything like that. And Miss Kitty's done, I don't know how many, quite a few.
Videos? Yeah, we've got some. Just type in Idaho Hillbilly usnea, USNEA, usnea.
And it is. We haven't taken a prescription antibiotic in years, man, over a decade, easy.
It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, but usnea is the miracle drug. She got stung, she's actually allergic to bees or wasps. Yeah, she got stung, and one of the things we do, and Car got stung out here yesterday too, is we take, put a drop of usnea on the sting, wipe it in, and then take a Band-Aid and just drop, a few drops on the Band-Aid and wrap it, and it's.
That tincture can be used topical or internal.
Yeah, and you can drink it, man. I haven't taken usnea for a while, but man, it helps with. It's just amazing stuff. Yeah. If you don't know anything about it or whatever, definitely check that stuff out. And then what else? Along the lines, man, all this. I'm telling you, man. Everybody. You can leave your comments down below. Do you think that we're, like I said, I don't think we're headed for end of times. Sooner, someday it's going to happen. I mean, it's happened before, but, and I don't even think, zombie apocalypse or,
natural disaster.
Yeah. You read they got all those books, and, what's the Doomsday, man, Doomsday preppers and all that, we're not into all that, man, and if that's your thing, like I said, if you want to live your life, basically, man, those doomsday preppers, they're living their life scared, I mean, enjoy life what we have.
Right.
But do you think, you can leave it in your comments, that we're headed for economic disaster? That's what I see happening. That's, and for a lot of people, man, it'll feel like end of days and everything. Car just got herself a new truck yesterday. Well, she bought it over the weekend. Nice little pickup stuff, but when they were down there looking, and the same with the tractors and we've been looking at some motorhomes, everything, all that stuff, and it's used, and I guess the new car lots are having problems getting vehicles because of the pandemic. I watch the fuel prices because everything follows that. Everything comes in on a truck, man. So if the fuel prices on all that's going to skyrocket everything, and then I'm starting to hear, man, that there's not painkillers on the shelf that, of course we've seen what happens with the TP and all that stuff. So man, stock up, just be prepared. I ain't saying nothing's gonna, happen, man. I'm going out here to insulate. Man, I'm planning a fishing trip. I'm planning, to have fun and all that, but definitely, we have our stuff and we'll be stocking back up. We're actually going on a meat run this week here in a few days to stock up because we're down on meat, and I'd much rather, get my deer and all that stuff. But one of the problems up here is there's so many humans. It's almost dangerous out there. The competitions. I can shit right here. That's the one thing, man, is we just keep it on the hoof around here because we have deer and all kinds of critters down here, and that way it keeps it real fresh and good that way.
Don't need to store it.
Yeah, don't need to store
Eat it.
So that's about it, man. Let's check out later this afternoon. Been putting a bunch of stuff on our eBay store, man. Check that stuff out, and the t-shirts and all that jazz down below.
Great way to support the channel.
And we appreciate
very
that,
much.
Man.
Thank you.
That helps us go out and get some meat so I can fill this freezer. Good Lord willing. And them creeks don't rise.
We'll be back again tomorrow.
See ya.